The book of Judges is the fifth book of the Bible that has many stories about leaders in Israel before there were kings. After the death of Joshua, there was still a lot of land that had yet to be taken. The book begins with the people taking the lands and territories that were not yet conquered. The people of Israel were evil in the eyes of the Lord because they were worshipping idols and doing many other bad actions. The first judge was named Othniel, who arose after Israel was conquered by a foreign kingdom. He went to war with them and saved Israel. After Othniel died, the Israelites began worshipping idols again. Israel was given to Eglon, king of Moab, who was, and I quote, a very fat man. Ehud arose to become the next judge of Israel. Ehud made a double-edged sword and strapped it to his right thigh because he was left-handed. Ehud went to present the regular tribute to Eglon. He was not found with a sword on his person because he put it on his left leg, which was not checked because most people were right-handed. After presenting his tribute, he left the king, but he had turned around and told the king that he had a secret message for him. The king ordered all of the guards to leave so that Ehud could share his secret message. But Ehud then stabbed Eglon with his sword. Ehud escaped from Eglon's porch and led a rebellion against Moab's army and saved Israel. After Ehud came Shagmar, son of Anath, who struck down 600 Philistines with an ox goad. He too saved Israel. Unfortunately, the Israelites reverted back to their evil ways now that Ehud was dead. The Israelites were given into the hands of Canaan, which had a very large army. Sisera was the commander of the Canaanite army, and Deborah was the judge of Israel. Deborah called Barak, her friend, to assemble an army against Canaan. Barak asked Deborah to go with him when he attacks the Canaanites. Certainly I will go with you, said Deborah, but because of the course you are taking, the honor will not be yours, for the Lord will deliver Sisera into the hands of a woman. Just like Deborah said, Sisera was defeated. Sisera went to flee to the tent of Jael, who invited him in. Jael gave Sisera some milk, and while he was sleeping, Jael killed him using a tent peg. After these events, Deborah sang a song to the Lord. The next judge was named Gideon during the time Midian oppressed Israel. An angel appeared to him while he was threshing wheat on a winepress and told him that he would defeat the Midianites. Gideon was not convinced, so he placed the cloth in the winepress and asked that if he was the one, that the fleece would be wet and the floor would be dry. After this was done, he asked for the opposite, for the fleece to be dry and the ground to be wet, and this was done as well. Gideon had assembled a very large army, but the Lord told him that he had too many men. The army was told that if anybody was afraid, that they had to leave. After this, the Lord still told Gideon that he had too many men. All of the men were ordered to go to the river and drink. The Lord told Gideon that the ones who lapped the water with their tongues could stay. Everyone else had to leave. Gideon only had 300 men left after this. The soldiers went down to the enemy camp and attacked the Midianites. The Midianites became confused and began to fight amongst each other, and Gideon won the battle. After this, other judges arose, like Tola and Jair. The next judge was Jephthah, who had many disputes with the Ammonites and Ephraim. They both went to war with Jephthah, but Jephthah was able to defeat both of them. One day, an angel came to a barren woman and told her that he would have a son. The son was to be dedicated to the Lord, and a razor was never to touch their hair, and they could never touch anything that was unclean. Samson was born, and he had the strength to kill lions that were on the road. On his way back from killing a lion, he found the dead lion with honey in its carcass. He ate the honey, which was in disobedience to God's command. Samson had strength to defeat 1,000 Philistine soldiers. He also caught 300 foxes and set their tails on fire and let them loose into the Philistine fields. One day, Samson fell in love with a Philistine woman named Delilah. Delilah kept on nagging Samson to find the secret to his strength, and one day Samson finally told her that the secret to his strength was that if his hair was cut, he would lose all of his strength. Delilah told this to the Philistines, who came and cut Samson's hair and arrested him. The Philistines brought Samson to the temple of the false god Dagon. There Samson prayed to get his strength back and asked the Philistines if he could lean on the pillars. Samson had the strength to break down the entire temple. Samson killed more people with his death than he did during the entire rest of his life. Samson was the final judge, and with no more judges, the people went back to their sin. In those days, Israel had no king, and everyone did as they saw fit. The people of Israel were in a constant cycle of sin. They would sin and then be rescued again by God, and they would repeat the process all over again. This goes to show that no matter how badly you might mess up, God will always be willing to forgive you. This doesn't mean that you should commit sin because God will forgive you, but it means that God is the God of second chances and loves you no matter what. No matter who you are, what you've done, or where you're from, God made you special and loves you so very much.